Hi guys, I'm doing this video the other way, I guess, because I put the camera on wrong. So I guess we'll leave it at that. It's okay though. Damn it, it's still raining. Okay, so I wanted to do a video on what I have to experience. Okay, now I had to move myself out of this unit that I was staying in, which was a small unit. Temporarily was supposed to be before the pandemic crap nightmare happened. I was supposed to stay there 3 months or so. So I signed the lease for 3 months. Okay, it's a month-to-month lease, and then there was another. Can you get out of the road? Thank you. Guys, like, this tire's all up on my lane. Okay, so this guy, I had to do another lease for extension of that and continuing on, and I told him, hey, I'm not going to be here really permanently, whatever. So the whole time I was there, he was doing all kinds of repairs, coming in and out with his people to try to sell the property, which he supposedly sold. And I was just a placement until he can get somebody else in there, I'm assuming, because when I did arrive at the property, there was damage to the floors. There was damage to like the toilet area where it was loose. The stove was all gunked up that I had to clean myself. Whatever. It wasn't in the best shape, and the heat wasn't working. He had to get the heat fixed. The thermostat. I don't know, the heating thing. This is what happens when I can't think properly. Okay, so all right, fine. I had to go through all that, coming in and out. The painter did a really shoddy job. It was like half gray and half white underneath, still showing, because you're supposed to paint 2 coats, not like the way that they did it. They just slop on like one thing of coat, one coating of paint, and that's it. So not only that, they made holes in the wall while I was there to put in insulation, supposedly for sound insulation. That sound did nothing. All they did was probably put just regular installation in the wall that wasn't there to begin with, so I had to go through that. Them putting a new floor down, new fans, ceiling fans and lighting. It's just like, okay, he just used me to place me there until he got someone better once he remodeled it, and also remodeled the outside area of the place. And also I was left with a futon there, a couch, a lazy boy couch, tables, chairs, a TV stand, and then I was just like, I want all this stuff out of here. I don't fit my bed or nothing in here. It's a small area. And what the hell? And then they fixed that, but it was just ongoing. Then the problem with the neighbor.
Keep left at the fork.
It says keep left. What am I doing? This is my poor driving.
Keep left at the fork.
That was very, I don't know where I'm going. It's New Jersey. It's hard to figure out the roads here. Okay. Sorry y'all had to see that. We're driving still. Okay, so the you know, it was like a starter and it wasn't finished completely, so I guess he just pushed someone in there for the time being and raised the rent while I was there, and also is gonna raise the rent now with the new tenant,
In the
which
quarter mile,
he's doing.
keep left at the fork.
I gotta pay toll now,
Keep left at the fork.
Keep left, yeah, okay. How much is it? 65 cents. 50. 65. Okay, so yeah, so I had to go through that, and then, you know, the neighbor, she's a drunk alcoholic. She's always, drinking and complaining about my white noise being on because of the neighbor that was always playing his TV loud, that I needed the white noise. So, yeah. So I had to go through all of that, and then, you know, him raising the rent during the pandemic. My son was there for 2 months, and somebody tipped him off or whatever. I guess you're not supposed to have kids there because apparently you could have 2 people living there, but not a kid. So he wrote me, highlighted the lease agreement, and it said that, in the lease agreement says that it's a $250 charge for any other occupant, even though the next door has a couple living there. So, you know, it's just a joke, like, okay. And they smoke weed and drink, and then the next from me also smokes weeds and drinks. Well, I don't think he drinks, but smokes weed anyway. So yeah, it's just like a double standard for me. Like, and I'm just so patient and accommodating to this guy that keeps constantly calling and texting me the whole time I was there. You know, this is what happens with me. Like, people just take advantage of my niceness at first, and you know, because I'm very accommodating and I don't want problems with people. You know, I have anger issues, but that's when people just completely take my kindness for weakness and play games with me, and then I just freak out and I'm just triggered into my past traumas and stuff. So yeah, it's not funny, you know. Treat people with respect and dignity. You know, don't take them for granted and take advantage of them, because, you know, even if you think they're stupid or too meek that they don't realize what you're doing, most people do. After a while through life, they realize what kind of hurt people they attract, you know. And this guy is just worried about his income and money, and it's just like, okay. So what I did was I asked him, can I please have a week to remove my stuff out of the unit? A week after I gave him a month's notice. It says a month's notice. Can you give me an additional week, because I have to wait on somebody else to travel with, which I did. I actually needed to wait for my brother, but he wasn't gonna wait. I mean, or actually what happened was he was gonna put in the time for at work to help me, but, you know, to put in his time off. But then he told my mother about it, and my mother just kind of derailed that planning, because she wants to be involved, because she's a narcissist, so she has to put herself involved. So Then he was like, oh, can she come with us? And I'm like, I don't have room. Listen, I don't have room. I only have room for one other person because I have stuff that I need to travel with and pack in my car. And a reasonable person would be like, okay, that makes sense. No problem. We'll just go alone, us two. But no. The narcissist convinced him, the mother narcissist convinced him that they should go on a trip all together to where I'm headed in the summertime. And then, oh, you should wait, or why don't you wait for the summertime and then we can all go? I said, no, absolutely not. I have to go now. Like, this is not a joke or a summer outing. This is not a vacationing. This is me trying to get my kids back from this monster narcissist that I married, or now we're divorced. You know, so they think it's a game. So he ended up not even bothering putting his notice in or whatever, and so now, you know, I end up being alone doing this. That's what the narcissist does. See, I have two narcissists on my hands. My ex-husband and my mother. So, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Alright, so that's all I wanted to say. Oh, because the landlord was saying why don't I think about the next tenant? Because I left the couch there, which was heavy for me to move on my own. But like I said before, I was left all kinds of things in that unit when I first moved in there that I had to take out, and fit my own stuff. So I was like, okay, well, and then he's like, well, that's not the same thing or something, or are you trying to say that the new tenant deserves, you know, not, you know, that's not right to do to the new tenant. I'm like, oh, well, remember what happened when I first moved in here? But I'm not saying I want to inconvenience the next person. No, I cannot move it on my own. And I did tell you and forewarn you about it, and I will pay for it out of my own money deposit. That's fine with me. It doesn't matter. I tried to remove it on my own. And I also left him an air conditioner because there is no air conditioning in that unit. And the landlord didn't offer me anything like that. I had to buy my own, so I left it there with a new tenant so we could have it for the summer, because it gets extremely cold, hot there if you don't have an air conditioning unit. So that cost me over $100, and then he's complaining that it cost him money to get someone to remove the couch. I'm like, okay, well, take it out of my deposit. I'm sorry, I tried to remove it. And it's just like, okay, why are you trying to make me feel bad? Like, you know, and what about all that I've been through? That doesn't come to mind. What is this? So, yeah, that's all I had to say now, I guess. I'm not sure where I'm going. Can you please talk GPS thing? You know, when is the GPS going to kick in and speak? I don't know. Never, I guess. Okay, so that's all I had to say about that. I hope it picked up my voice. I don't know. Unfortunately, it's raining and it's a miserable day today. That I'm moving my stuff across the country here.
In a half mile, keep left at the fork.
Alright, bye guys. Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe and leave me a comment to encourage me to make the videos. Bye.
Keep left at the